welcome to a new battle report today, a Song of Ice and Fire. So this is Game of Thrones, but following more of the books. This is quite an interesting war game as it involves cards. It's a lot to take in. This is only my fourth game and Dave's second, and so you have to be extremely switched on for this game. But hopefully you'll do a good job recording it. But let me know what I can do better and what we can do better with the gameplay as well. Okay, so this is my 40-point Baratheon list. So I have a unit of Stag Knights, and we have my commander, Stannis Baratheon, the one true king, attached to them. We then have a unit of Baratheon Sentinels with Andrew Estamont, true loyalist, attached to them as well. And then we have 2 units of Baratheon Wardens, all with Master Wardens attached. And then 3 non-combat units. We have Melisandre, Selyse and Shireen, and Shire Errol. So it's only my second game of Baratheons. Last time I used basically what was in the starter set, which as you can see is mostly what is here now, but with the added Baratheon Heroes expansion. So just trying to see what combos work, what synergies I can do before buying any more combat units. So let's have a look at what Dave is going to be bringing today. Okay, so here we have Dave's 40 points of Night's Watch, fresh out of the box. So we have Veterans of the Watch led by Yor Mormont, who's the commander. And then we have a unit of Sworn Brothers with Jon Snow attached, and then we've got Ghost to the back as he comes free. We have another unit of Sworn Brothers with a Watch Captain, and then we have some Ranger Trackers. And then for the non-combat units, we don't have Yor Mormont. We have Bowen Marsh, and then we have Maester Aemon. So that is it. So we'll have a look how we set up the board and deploy. Okay, so here we've deployed. I chose deployment, so that means Dave will be going first. And bear in mind, we'll most likely will get stuff wrong.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, we will. So just let us know. There's a lot of veterans out there playing this game. So this is how I've deployed. I've got my Wardens on each flank, and then I have Stannis with his Stag Knights, and the Sentinels in the middle. Okay, and then terrain-wise, we have weirwood, corpse pile, a bog, and some sharpened stakes. And then from my right to left for Dave, we have Jon Snow with Sworn Brothers with Ghost, the Trackers, the Veterans, and more Sworn Brothers with a Watch Captain. So Dave will be going first. We're going to have to figure out how to do this, so we'll just have a summary of each action. If his dice being rolled, we'll try and remember to do it for you. Mm-hmm. So Dave is first in, good luck.
Yeah.
So let's go.
It'll be fun. Second game of it, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, this is your second game. Your first game is Night's Watch, and this is my fourth game, and my second game is Baratheon. So technically, I'm the veteran here. So I should know what I'm doing. So definitely amount. Okay, all right. So we'll have a little discussion of what the first activation will be. But first of all, we get to draw our tactics cards. Okay, so opening move, the Ranger Trackers have activated, so they get a free maneuver, and then Dave maneuvered them again, so they're up here. So not quite close enough, so Dave will be putting an activation token on them, and I will be claiming a zone on the tactics board, I think. Okay, so I've put Shira on the money bags, and I've weakened the Rangers. And no, just I think it's worth a while going, and we'll see if it has any positive outcome for me later in the game. And now we go back over to Dave's activation. So Bowen Marsh has claimed the swords, so Dave has managed to get another tactics card, so that's quite nice. But unfortunately the Rangers were out of range, so I'm gonna put another non-combat unit down, I think. So Melisandre is claiming the letters, and then I'm using her ability to basically cause these guys to do a panic test. They're also panicked based on the ability from the tactics deck, and I've killed 3 Baratheon Stag Knights, and with the corpse pile they're down to -4. So there you go, Dave. You need 10 to roll. So here's the dice on the D3. So that is a fail, so you take 4 wounds total, because it's +1 because of the stag knights being killed.
Right.
Okay, so 1 will go, and then 1 will have 2 wounds left. So you got little wound markers. And that is that. Okay, so Maester Aemon has claimed the crown, so I have a leadership, a morale test to do with my Baratheon Sentinels, so I will need a 8 or more to pass. So I'll roll it, and I fail, and I take 1 wound. Okay, so tactic board is completely activated. Shira, Selyse and Shireen have activated, so these guys have done a free maneuver, and they've also attached them, so hope they can get off a charge maybe onto the Rangers. So that is my activation done, so then Dave has another one. Okay, so the rest of the round was pretty much everyone just posturing, running around each other. My guys are slow, so I haven't been able to get any objectives. Dave's guys over here, the Sworn Brothers with the Watch Captain, has got an objective. Basically this one wasn't really anything fancy. Another unit got to shift 3, but he doesn't score this until the end of round 2. I was tempted to charge in with the Sentinels, but I would have needed a 6 to get in, so I just wanted to move up instead, and then charge in, because I'll be having first go next round. So we're going into round 2. Okay, so start of my turn, I am going to be charging the Sentinels into the trackers. So I need a 2 to get in. So I am going to be rolling, and I get a 3, so I'm in. So I'll just move these up, and then I'll be rolling my attack. So these guys have Sundering, so Dave, you get -1 to your defense save rolls, and I also have critical blow from Andrew Estamont, which is nice. So rolls of 6 cause 2 hits, and in total I have 8 dice because I have full ranks remaining. So let's grab my 8. And I am hitting on 3s. Okay, so I charge, so I will re-roll these 2. Okay, so we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 hits. And your save on your Rangers is?
Where would that be?
It's the little shield.
Oh, 5+.
So it'd be 6s, because it's going to be -1.
Ooh. So how many am I going to do that?
9 dice. Okay, and total you've got 6, 7, 8 wounds left, haven't you? And I think that kills the unit.
Oh,
yeah.
Gone.
Yeah, so that kills 1 horse, that kills 1 horse, and then the other guy had 2 wounds left. So that unit is gone. This, what tactic card are you playing?
So it's called the Shield of the Realms of Men, and allows you to automatically block D3 hits after a friendly combat unit is attacked and the attack dice are rolled. Okay,
so yeah, I know he's already rolled his defense die, but yeah, I don't mind going back. I mean, it's not a tournament. As well, normally you would do this bit first and then roll that, because obviously he's roll a lot less dice.
Yeah.
So see how many you block. So 2. So that takes it down to 6. So you have 1 guy left.
On how many wounds?
I think you'll have 2 wounds left.
2 wounds, sorry.
To be a little stickler, I'm going to use the weaken token for you to reroll that 6. Just so you have 1 wound remaining. So this panic test is going to be a little trickier for you.
Right, yeah,
okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be one dice for a save, needing a 6 again.
Okay.
Okay, so 1 wound remaining on a ranger tracker. Okay, and now you've got a panic test to make because you hit in combat. So there's two dice and a D3, and you got -1 to your roll as well, so you get the D3 as well. So I think you believe your leadership is... What was your leadership again on the rangers?
6+.
Okay, so you'll need a 7 or more because of the corpse pile. So roll them. Okay, so I'm going to use the panic to get you to reroll that 6.
Oh no!
And I only need the 1 wound to get rid of the unit. So go on. Yep, they're gone. So yeah, that was a lot more complicated than it should have been. But yeah, so these trackers go. I get a point, and I think then these guys get to do something. So I'll check the rule book. Okay, so with my surge forth, I did my free maneuver, so I pivoted and then went backwards. So I have this objective, and I also get +1 tactic hand size, and I draw an extra tactics card when I draw, so that's nice. And that is my activation, so now we go over to Dave. Okay, so Bowen Marsh has claimed the rider, so the Night's Watch veterans have positioned themselves to get rid of the Sentinels. In Dave's activation, of course. So now I get to activate again. Okay, so Selyse and Shireen have claimed the letters. They've then attached themselves to the Sentinels, and they've put a weakened. Although Dave has jumped the gun with 2 of his tactics cards, I kind of know that this doesn't really mean anything, but expend is a key word there. So yes, we're still learning the game, as I've said several times, and you know, a lot of you are probably pulling your hair out, going, "No, they're doing it all wrong." But you know, we need these comments to let us know. So yeah, I'm just kind of trying to fortify them as much as they can for when they get double teamed by Ghost and the veteran. So now we're going to see if that happens or not. Okay, so the veterans are charging. Yep. They can get me on the flank, and they need a 2 to get in.
Should we roll the 1 then?
You guess it.
Oh.
Okay, so we'll move them in, and then we'll work out the attack dice needed. Okay, these guys have 8 attacks, hitting on
with
next to the green number, so it's the sword.
3+.
Okay, so hitting on 3s, and Dave gets to re-roll his misses because he charged. Okay, and then you get to re-roll the 2 1s.
Oh, that's not a re-roll.
Okay, so all hit. So I can't get you to re-roll them, so I'm going to expend my weakened token. So Dave, get your tactics cards.
I'm going to use this now.
Go on then.
The fire burns against the cold. When an enemy expends a condition token on a friendly unit, cancel the effect of that token.
Right, okay. So you still get 8 hits. So I have 8 saves to make, and I also get -1. So I get -1 to my save as well. So my save is actually a 4 up. It's not bad at all. So I take 3 wounds. So I do lose my back rank. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to do a panic test with -2 because I'm next to a corpse pile, and I'm also charged in the flank as well. So that's 2 dice and a D3, please, Dave.
Yeah.
And so that puts me at leadership 9. And I fail, and I take 3 more wounds. Okay, so in my activation, Melisandre's activating and going on the swords. So one friendly unit's going to do an attack action, so I'm going to be using these guys, but before that, Melisandre's going to do a panic test on the veterans. I'm not going to kill anyone, so it's just going to be -1 because of the corpse pile. So you're doing a panic test on the veterans of the watch with a -1.
Right. So
Need a 6.
just 2 dice.
2 dice, yeah, 2 dice and a D3. Yeah, they're fine. Okay, and then I'm going to play Hold the Line and Stag's Resilience. So I'm reading this right. I know it's a free activation, but they are activating. So I get to restore D3 +1 wounds. If you control one enemy they engage with also suffers that many wounds, so that's nice. And that unit's melee attacks gains +1 to hit and roll 2 dice. So I roll
D3, and I get +1. So this is how many guys I get back. 2, and you take 2 wounds off the veterans.
Okay. So is it 2?
Yeah, 2 guys at the back. Okay, so that I guess that works. Not going to use Selyse and Shireen. They've been hurt enough, so they are going to move around. I believe this is what you can do. Although you have this objective at the moment. So went blurry there. Sorry, everyone. So I have 6 attacks and +2. So I have 8. So I'm almost at full strength. That's nice. And I'm hitting on 2s. Okay, so that is going to be 4 because of Estamont. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you get -1 to the roll as well because I'm sundering. So, so whatever your save is on the unit card.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got stuff.
Yeah.
Go on then.
I found my tactics card. I'm using it. Duty to the watch. So when this is your moment thing apparently. So when a friendly unit makes a morale test.
Oh, you're not doing your morale yet.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Hold on to that. Okay.
I'm pulling the gun too.
Okay. Okay. So what is your save you need to require? So on the veterans.
Veterans 3.
So it'd be a 4 now because I'm sundering. Okay. Okay. So that is 3 go down. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So basically what has happened here? Panic test is coming up for the veterans. But Dave, what's the card called?
Duty to the watch.
Okay, so basically Dave gets to roll an additional dice and discard the lowest, making him pass his leadership.
Boom.
Boom. So that's done, and that's my activation done. And you still have the objective because we have the exact same amount of units. You still have it, so
nice.
That's not bad. I could have used Selyse, but never mind. Okay, so you get to activate now. Okay, so Ghost is activated, done the free manoeuvre, and then there's a charge coming in. So he is an inch away, so if he rolls a 1, it's a disorderly charge. So go on in. It's a 6 in. Okay, so you go in on my flank, so again, great. And how many attacks does a Ghost have?
Ghost has 2.
2 attacks, but hitting quite well.
Yeah, hitting on 2s.
2s on 2s. But you get to reroll the 1.
Okay. Oh.
It's a 6, it's not an max. Okay, and I have got 2 4-up saves to make. And that is that, and I do have... yeah. So I would have had +1 because of the thing, so I lose a wound. And then I do my panic test, which I do pass this time just, so I just lose the 1 wound.
Yep.
Okay, so we just noticed the silent predator rule on Ghost, and wow. So basically I can't play tactics cards now for the rest of the turn, and basically that save I made, he's dead because I don't get to make saves against it, so rough. So it's my activation now. Okay, so Shira has claimed the money bags, and I've restored 3 wounds on the sentinels, and I put a weakened on the veterans, and that was my activation done. Okay, so Aemon has claimed the crown, so the veterans have gained a few guys back, and I'm doing a panic test with -2 on the sentinels, so that'll be at 9 now. No, so that's a fail, and they lose 1, so that's not too bad. These guys have manoeuvred and they have taken this objective, so I get to always roll my highest attack die with this unit, so that's not too bad. So again, over to Dave. Okay, so Dave has activated Jon Snow's lot, and they basically just chopped the stakes up to get rid of them. So it's opened up a bit more manoeuvrability down by here. So my activation. Right, Stag Knights have activated and just did a manoeuvre up, so prepping for next turn. So just 2 units left to activate. Dave going next, and then me following up, so crack on. Okay, the Sworn Brothers are actually charging the Stag Knights. needing a 6 to get in. No, opposite. So there we go. Okay, so this is where they've ended up with their charge, failed charge. So that's where it is, unfortunately. And then these guys get to activate. We actually have a panic test to do with these fellas now. So the leadership is a 6.
Yeah.
They should be fine. Yeah, they're fine. No worries with them. So onto my activation. Okay, charge time. It's going into the flank. I'm going to be picking this objective on the way. It's basically a unit becomes vulnerable when I score points from it, so hopefully I'll get it. I was just about to pick up my tactics cards, but I can't use them because of Ghost. So a 1 will be a disorderly charge, but it will get me in. I got 2 luckily, so these guys are going in. And I will be getting 7 dice, and I'll be hitting on 4s. So 4s coming up. Oh, there's a lot of misses there, but I do get to re-roll them because of the charge. There's only 3 there. I haven't got anything else. Okay, so you've got 3 saves to make. There's no modifiers on this. So on a 4 up, you do get -1, so it's actually 5s. And if you roll any 1s, you become weakened. And that's my ability.
Okay.
So 3 and 5s. So 2 wounds, but no weakened, luckily. So 2 guys go off the back, and then there's a panic test coming. So here's the panic test coming in for these guys, and you do get -1 to this as well.
Right.
So it's actually you need a 7 to beat.
Okay.
Note, so you lose 3 more guys. So I also nick that objective off you as well.
Oh my god.
Okay, and also if anyone's wondering why the Dave isn't rolling his Night's Watch dice, it's because he's forgotten.
Yeah.
That's simple matters that. So we have the Lord of the Rings Rohan dice. Okay, so at the end of the turn, I'm on 4 points. 1 for killing a unit, and then I got 3 objectives, and then Ghost scores another 1.
10 VP wins the game, isn't it?
Yes, 10 VP wins the game. We're on turn 3. And finally, before Ghost stops me doing anything, I am going to be playing Baratheon Conviction at the start of the round where I get to attach something. So it's start of the round, so it's before Ghost messes me up. Okay, so my Baratheon Conviction I put on the Stag Knights. I just felt that these guys are going to get hit by Ghost and probably fail their panic test, and then I'll lose it straight away anyway. So I thought it'd be a bit of a waste. So we're inevitably going to have Ghost attacking. Yeah.
Inevitably.
Yeah. So that's no tactics cards for me now for the rest of the turn. Okay, so you got your 2 attacks hitting on 2s. Okay. That's 2 dead, and then I got a panic test with -1. So here comes the panic test, so 2 dice and a D3, so my leadership is a 8. I did see the corpse pile last time, but I forgot about the weirwood tree, so it's just a flat 8. And I would have kept it as well, so yeah, they're fine for now. So now it's my activation. Okay, so Selyse and Shireen have taken the swords, and I'm also attaching it to this unit here, and they're going to attack the flank free on these sworn swords. So again, 7 dice. They're not the best hitters in my list, so hitting on 4s. No re-rolling because I didn't charge. No, that is much better. So that is going to be 6 hits. And then I'm going to use Sacrifice to the Flame. So I D3 wounds to myself, and this goes onto the unit that I'm fighting, so 1. So you lose 1 guy straight up. Okay, so there's 6 saves for you, Dave, on your armour, whatever it is. And there's only 6 guys left. So your armour is a 4 up. But because you are In the flank, you get -1 to your defense save rolls, so your armor is actually 5s.
6 rolls, isn't it?
Yeah, 6 rolls because I got 6 hits. And you got 3 saves. So you're weakened, but I am going to use target opening, and I get to expend weakened tokens as if they were vulnerable. So I'm going to get you to re-roll those 3 6s, please. So you've got 1 guy remaining. So it's panic test time.
Oh no.
Okay, so panic test is coming up with -1, so this is a 7 required. Passed. They're still happy. Well, I don't know if they're happy, but yeah. So still sticking in by here. So now we go into Dave's activation. Okay, so Maester Raymond has got on the money bags, and well, they're back up to, well, middle strength again now. So it's on to my activation. So Shira has claimed the letters, so I've drawn 2 tactics cards that I can't use, but most importantly I put a weakened token on them for now. So Dave's activation. Okay, so Dave's activation, the veterans are going for it. Okay, so you've got full ranks remaining, so I believe it was 8.
Yeah.
And you're hitting on 3s. And of course I can't play tactics cards to stop this, so there you go. Ooh, now that is... Ow! Okay, so this is like, if you've made it this far to the battle report, this is probably worth it, at least. But I do have a save to make, and it is a 4-up. No, so I do lose a guy, and then I have my panic test, which I pass. I would have lost more guys to the panic test.
Oh my god.
Alright, so Dave's calmed down now, so I can do my activation, but they had so much more to give. Okay, right. Okay, so my activation, the Wardens are going to have another crack at their Sworn Brothers, so I'll put an activation token on them. Again, I will probably use Celise and Shireen, but I'll roll my attacks first. So it's going to be, again, 7 dice hitting on 4s. And hopefully I won't roll as bad as Dave just did. So here they go. So I miss 3 times, and how many do I burn? 1, so I lose another guy. So you lose 1. And then you have 4 saves to make with -1 to your save.
Can I use...
Oh, go on then.
I don't know whether I'm doing it at the right time again.
Okay, yeah, it's all in the timings in this game.
When an enemy expends...
I haven't expended it yet.
Expended it yet. Right, okay, so I'm pulling my gun out again. Right.
I believe that is 1 save made.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Is it? Oh, -1, yeah, sorry.
Okay. So there's 3 dead at the moment. Nah, I'm gonna burn the weakened as if it's a vulnerable, so you get to re-roll your successful save, and then you get to use your tactics card, whatever it does. So I'm expending my token.
Yeah, so you just cancel the effect.
Okay, so that's cancelled. Okay, and then you have your panic test to make, again with -1 because you're still hitting you on the flank. So 2 dice and the D3. It's annoying because we have to share this D3 now. So roll ahead, and yeah, that's you past that. So they're still okay for now.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bowen Marsh is activated, and these guys have got a free maneuver. And then Dave, you get to draw 2 tactics cards and keep 1, and then put 1 on the bottom. And then as he does that, I'm going to activate. They're going to want to charge me, so I might do a maneuver with these guys, make it a bit more difficult. And that's where I've ended up with my activation there. And then we go into Dave's activation again. Okay, so the Sworn Swords here have done a retreat, which they rolled a mighty 1, and then they moved back, pivoted, and then my Wardens have pivoted. So it will be my activation. So Melisandre has claimed the crown, and I'm doing a panic test, and I've killed 3 stag knights for this as well. So these guys are doing a panic test, and you got -1 to your roll on the sworn swords. So their leadership is now a 7 you need to beat. You pass, so you're good. So I've wasted 3 stag knights for nothing. Okay, and then it's your activation. The charge coming in with the sworn swords and Jon Snow. 1 will be a disorderly charge, but it will get them in. They're in. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do order, stand your ground. When this unit is attacked, before attack die rolled, enemies do not gain charge, flank or rear bonuses for this attack. So you don't get to re-roll your dice. And that is an order from the Warden. Okay, so we do have attack dice coming up. So it is how many attacks do the full ranks of Sworn Swords get? Okay.
Vicious as well, so...
Oh yes. Okay, so vicious is, does it say? Of course it doesn't say what vicious is. Vicious is -2 to the panic test for me.
Right.
Okay, so you got 7 dice hitting on 3s. And no re-rolling because of my my master order. Oh, that's more like it. 2. And you could have re-rolled them if you charged, just mentioning that. Okay, so I'm saving on 3s. So I lose 1. And I have a panic test with -2 to it. So it is leadership 8. So I lose 3 guys, and you will take the objective off me as well. Okay, so my last unit to activate is me charging the flank of the veterans with the stag knights, and I get a disorderly charge. Okay, so I'm attacking here with the stag knights. I don't get the re-roll. I do get 7 attacks, and I am going to pick. I'm going to pick Sundering for my ability, because I get to pick 1 for every destroyed rank, so you get -1 to your saves. So I am hitting on 3s. So that is 5 hits, and your save is a 4 up. Dice on the floor.
How many saves is it again?
5.
Right.
So just 2. And then a panic test. Oh, no, yeah, so yeah, it was still 2 because you get another -1 for the flank. So now you have a courage test with -2 because you're in the flank and you're in the corpse pile as well. So 2 dice and that.
Oh, what am I doing?
Passed anyway, 11 it. Okay, and that is our turn 3 done. Okay, so end of the round, I score 2 VPs and Dave scores 3, so I'm on a score of 6 and Dave is on a score of 4. Okay, my first activation is I am going to do an attack with these guys here onto Ghost, because I need to get rid of Ghost because he's messing me up. So I forgot I didn't actually activate these last turn, so if Dave will let me do an attack, and then I'll do another attack straight after for my next turn. So I have 4 attacks, hitting on 3s, and they are Sundering and they have critical blow. Okay, so that is going to be a total of 3 hits, and you have -1 to your save on Ghost.
Alright, so what am I doing for this? Oh, just
Yep. Yep. Okay, so that might be 2 wounds there. It is. So 2 wounds, and then a courage test for Ghost, but Ghost's courage is like a 2, so just 2 dice. Actually, if it's a 2, you can't fail it, can you? So yeah, let's not fail it. Okay, so then it's my turn again, so I will roll to attack. So that is 2 hits on you again, so fail one of these and ghost is gone. Yes! Okay, so I don't really think we did that right, but well, he let me do it, so yeah, it's not a tournament, so we're allowing each other to go back and stuff like that. So that is my activation done. The veterans of the watch do get the objective because they still have more ranks left. I think that's right. So it's now Dave's activation. First of all, I get tactics cards back because Ghost is gone, and Dave is using a tactics card because a unit has died, and he basically, I guess, is it D3?
Yeah, D3 wounds to a friendly Night's Watch infantry unit within short range.
So that's the veterans.
Yep.
Okay, so roll the D3, and how many did you get back? You might get up to full ranks here. D3, God, not D6.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
1. So not quite full ranks yet. Okay, so they get back up, and then Dave's activation. So Eamon has taken the sword, so these guys get 1 wound back. So they're up to full strength, so they're rolling 8 die, and who are you?
That's not the right guys.
Okay, so I guess you're going to try and finish off their sentinels.
Yes. So I get 8 dice. 7, 8.
Okay. Okay, so I'm guessing the ones are misses. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Any specials with them?
Ability is attack. No, it's all about being attacked.
Okay, so I have 4 4-up saves to make. And I fail 3, leaving Estamont as the last remaining guy there. And then I get a courage test to make, which I just about pass somehow. So I have 1 guy left. Okay, so they're not destroyed, so I am going to use ours is the Fury. So they were attacked but not destroyed, so I get to make a free attack back at you.
Okay.
So again, 4 dice hitting on 3s. And 6s cause doubles, and it's also -1 as well. So that is 4 saves, -1 to your save as well. And there's just 1. So just 1 guy, and then a panic test for you with -1.
It does take my rank down.
Yeah, you're fine, yeah. So Selyse and Shireen have activated, and they've attached themselves to the Baratheon wardens over here, and they've also restored 3 wounds, and there's no condition markers to remove off anyone, so they're just going to keep it like that. So now you have an activation. Okay, so we have he is activating the veterans to finish off Estamont. So 7 dice.
7 ones. Here we go. You ready, guys?
Yeah. Not far off.
Oh,
So I got 2 4-up saves to make here. So 1. That's a 1, so he's dead. Yeah, that was easy. So you get a VP for that as well.
yay.
Okay, so Estamont has taken the black now, based on the tactic card, so Dave has a painted model, and they gain critical blow now, so that's pretty good. They don't get the Surge Force because they're still engaged, so my activation. Okay, so next up, activation is the Wardens. They are a roller unit now, so in roller's name, this unit suffers a panic test. On a success, attach this card to the unit until the end of the round, and while attached, this unit gains +1 to defense save rolls. Okay, so panic test first. So they pass. Indeed they do. So they get +1 to their save. So obviously I'm going to be taking... I'm not going to be able to finish off these guys. So it's just helping them out a little bit more. So I'm swinging. So I have 7 dice hitting on 4s. Oh, I'm rolling like you now. So that is 2 hits, and then I'm going to burn some people. Just one. So you lose one guy, and then you got 2 saves to make.
We've been missing something with Battle Unit as well, because it's got John in it.
Oh, don't say that, I'm recording.
Plus 2 attack dice if he's in full ranks.
Okay. Right, we'll remember that for next one. Yeah. This is your fault.
I know
this is your fault. This is your fault.
It is my fault.
Alright, so you got 2 saves to make. There's nothing special here. So one dies.
Okay.
And then you got a panic test to make. There's the D3. Loving it. Okay, and then it's your activation. Okay, so 9 attacks going here because +2 for Jon Snow. So roll away. Was it hitting on 3s? Is it?
Yes.
So hitting on 3s. Ouch. So 3 misses. So that is 6 saves coming in. And I get +1 to my save roll now, so I'm saving on 2s. So just lose 1. And then I take a panic test, but I have to do it with -2 modifier because they are vicious. So that's an 8. Ha! They are loving it. Okay, so there we go. My activation. Right, activating the wardens on this flank. They're going to be charging in. So 1 will be a disorderly charge. 4, they're in. They're happy. Okay, so they are running in with their 7 attacks hitting on 4s. 5, 6, 7. With a reroll this time. So I need to reroll 3. Okay, so that is 5 saves to make.
And I am saving on... Which ones are they now? The Sworn Brothers?
Yeah.
4+.
So that is 2 go down. And also you are weakened as well. Because you rolled a 1. And then you got a courage test to make. So this might be enough to get rid of the unit. Yeah, that's them done, so I get another VP. Oh, there's another card coming.
No.
Okay, so there you go, and then... Okay, and then these guys get to do a bit of manoeuvring as well. Alright, the only thing left is Bowen Marsh to do. So he's activated and taken, and Dave's forgotten something.
No. I've drawn my abilities to take 2 cards and put 1 back. I've drawn 2 cards of the same
type.
Cards,
Okay, and then there's a panic test coming on one of my guys. So where would you like the panic test to go?
Let's see. Them.
Stag Knights, yeah?
I think so.
So Stag Knights are leadership 5. We'll go to 6 because of the corpse pile. Don't mind losing people off this unit. Okay, so they are fine. Okay, so Melisandre's activated, and I'm going to get to do a panic test on the veterans, and I'm going to kill 3. I'll kill 3 Stag Knights. So, of course, that is going to be -3 to your courage, so -4 total. So roll your courage test then with your D3, and then you get 1 additional. Yeah, so that is a fail, and you lose 3 guys total. Okay, and then my last activation is going to be the Stag Knights going, and again it's just going to be 7 dice because they have 7 no matter how many ranks they have left, and I get to have another special rule. So I think I'll have critical blow, and I will have vicious. So I'm hitting on 3s, 6s are doubles. Oh, that's all hit with an additional, so that is 8 hits on you, Dave, unless you've got something.
It's not really useful though. So I was going to say, I was going to use unwavering conviction. So when a friendly... friendly...
Right,
I can't read.
8 saves to make, and your armour is a 4.
Okay.
And because you are weakened, you can re-roll the 4 successes. If you would be so kind, unless you got anything to stop me expending that. I think we use them. So that is 6, and that is the unit gone. And that is the game, because that's another VP, and I will score 2 at the end of the turn. And that is that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is the game. Again, it's an enjoyable game. It's a bit, like, getting used to everything. Like, unfortunately for Dave, it's hard to learn a new list and a new game at the same time, and I've played a few more. I try to help. Well, I started helping him towards the end of the game, and it didn't matter. That's how I roll.
I did a night shift last night as well, so my brain is like
night shift. Okay, so yeah, obviously, but it's a very good game. Do some more. I know Mike, who's done 40k as well, has got a few stuff as well. And hopefully we'll get Sherry involved as well with the Targaryen. So so any recommendations for Dave, and make sure you won't take my painted model with him. Give him advice, because I know the Night's Watch are a very good faction to play as, but obviously it's very technical, no doubt.
I think I'll just need to review all the cards and stuff, which I didn't really do. I looked at the rule book and stuff, obviously, but...
Yeah, rules is one thing.
Go through the cards and tactics cards now.
Yeah, rules one thing, and then understanding how to play is another. And to be honest, I got lucky with Dave's. I gave him the dodgy dice, so yeah, that helped. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I know it's a bit different, and obviously still trying to figure out the best way to film it. Any advice? And then I probably mentioned it earlier as well. There are better people at doing these battle reports. Blitz and Pieces are very good. I recommend watching them if you actually want to watch a decent A Song of Ice and Fire battle report. But until then, I always sign my videos off, say stay safe in these times, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. So and there's plenty of other stuff as well on the channel, a lot of Flames of War and that as well, so have a look. So until then, stay safe.